Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Esther Sunday Osiji and it's absolutely amazing to have you here. Today we're going to be talking about the bad guys. Disclaimer, we've spoken about the good guys before. So check here, you're going to see the video where I talk about how to find the right man for you, how to identify the right man for you. So that's that video. Today we're focusing on the bad guys, okay? And I want to tell you why you're always attracted to the bad boys only. Okay, so stick with me. Before we continue, I'd like to define who the bad boy is. Okay, the bad boy is that guy who is a player, is the guy who doesn't treat you right, who is not faithful to you, he's probably cheating with someone else. He doesn't just treat you as a lady that you are, or treat you, you know, with the kind of respect that you deserve and the honor and the dignity that you deserve. That's a bad guy. But what always would attract you to the bad guy, alongside other things that I will talk about in this video, is that when you see the bad guy, he comes across as like self-confident. You know, he's like that macho man. He probably has 6 packs, you know, he's tall, he's this, is that, like, he's just like, you know, that kind of people they call the ladies man, you know. He's almost that kind of guy. He is almost that kind of guy. It's not like there are no good guys who probably have some of these qualities, but like with the bad guys, alongside the other bad things that they do, they come across as like assertive, you know, they are self-confident, like they'll always fight for things, you know, they're just like that, right? So here's why you're attracted to these guys. But one reason why you are attracted to a bad guy is because you want to explore and be free. I've put exploration and freedom in quote because it's actually not as it seems, or it's not what it appears to be. Okay, so maybe you, whilst you're growing up, you've encountered like certain restrictions from your parents or from your wards or from your guardians, where they did not allow you, you know, to date certain people, you know, growing up. And now you're probably 18 or you're 21, depending on the country and what the legal age is, and you feel like you can make your own decisions and you can make your own choices, and now you're free to date somebody. And because you have been restricted while you were young, or while you were not considered to be an adult, you now feel like, oh, now I want to explore and I want to, you know, just be free and express myself and find someone who also like wants to be free as well. And I tell you, the bad guys appear to be free, to be adventurous, to be people who just want to do anything they want to do and nobody's going to question them. And you will then naturally gravitate towards this kind of people because you also want to be free, you want to explore, and they're already doing that. And so when you see them, you just connect with them in a way, and then you get attracted to them. Because again, like the bad guys are people who, you know, they don't want any restrictions at all from anybody. They don't seem to have any restrictions either, and they want to try out new things. They want to be adventurous. They want to even do things that are not right for you. And because you are also in this place where you're like, oh my god, I need to explore, you know, I need to be free, and I found somebody who clicks with me on that level, and so you just go on and start being attracted to this guy, and you know, start dating this guy. And this is one of the reasons why you are attracted to bad boys. And here's the truth. Let me tell you the truth. It's not a great decision to make. Because the truth is, you will discover, like, if you actually do go on those like exploration and freedom in quote, at some point in your life, you just discover that the restrictions that you had growing up were actually for your own good. Like, they were shielding you from a lot of things, you know, that you would have gone into without being mature, and the consequences would definitely follow you, whether or not you're mature, whether or not you knew, whether or not you didn't know. Okay, so sometimes you kind of look back and say, oh, those restrictions I had, they were actually good for me, because I would have been thrown into a world where I didn't even know what was going on or how to make really good decisions when I'm in certain situations. The second reason why you're attracted to a bad boy is because you feel Mr. Nice Guy is boring and dull and just there. Okay. Right, so because honestly, like when you meet bad guys, when you meet bad boys, they are usually like fun, energetic, they know the right things to say, they know the right things to do, they know how to get you. Because remember, they are players by nature, right? So they know all the right things to say to you. They know all the right things to do to you. They know the right time to do it. And so you're just like swept off your feet. Like, oh my God, who are you? Hold on, Tiger. You know, you just, because they know how to get you, they do all of these things. And then society has also painted Mr. Nice Guy, who is actually loyal, who is caring, who is kind, who is empathetic, who honestly has all the right qualities that you want in a man. You kind of feel they are boring. And because movies and the society have painted these people as boring, you do not even look at them. You're just like, why are you not even adventurous? Like, I'm not saying all the nice guys are not adventurous. That's not what I'm saying. Like, a lot of them are like really good people. They're adventurous. They're fun to be with. They're super nice. They're loyal. They're committed. Honestly, like, girl, you want to go for Mr. Nice Guy, to be honest, like, really. So back to the bad boy. The bad boy knows the right things to say to you. He knows the right time to say them. And you're kind of like, oh my God, yeah, that's fun. That's really good. Okay. But deep down in your heart, you know he's not treating you right. You know he's probably cheating on you. You know he's shouting at you. He's yelling at you. He's doing a lot of things to you that is just like reducing your self-esteem, and he's not treating you right, and he's not appreciating you. He's not being gentlemanly to you. And he knows that you need him. He knows that you want him. He knows that his charm has gotten you. So he will continue to just do whatever he wants to do. He will continue to behave however he wants to behave, because he knows that he's got you. And I tell you, deep down in your heart and deep down in your mind, you know he's not right for you, but you just want to continue because what? You're attracted to the bad boy. And let me just quickly add, because I know, like, because you have that longing to be with a bad boy, you're just kind of like, oh, he loves me, but I love him too, and I love him, and we love each other. If you watch one of my videos, it's titled, I'll put it here, titled Love Is Not Enough. You just find out that love is not the only thing that you need in a relationship to sustain that relationship, and that is why Mr. Bad Boy is not good for you. Okay, because he hasn't got all of those other qualities that you need for a long-lasting and healthy relationship in him, and he cannot offer it to you. So watch that video. I'll link it right there. Okay, so you need to come to a place where you understand that love is not the only thing that you need. So if you're like, oh, but I just love him, he's just cute, he's tall, when he wraps his hand around me, he's just like, look, I just feel protected and covered, I just feel this way, I feel that way. They're all nice feelings, right? But you can get that from a guy who really appreciates you and respects you and treats you right and takes care of you and is loyal to you and is committed to you and is respectful. And I can go on and on and on why you shouldn't go with a bad boy. But anyways, the reason I'm making this video is to tell you why you're attracted to a bad boy. So let's take that. And yes, this is the reason you do not want to hear, but I'm going to say to you, the reason why you're attracted to a bad boy is because you don't value yourself. You know he's treating you like shit. You know he's not treating you right. He's not being gentlemanly. He's not taking care of you. You know that, but you're still in that relationship because he's destroyed your self-esteem. He's destroyed your sense of worth. He's destroyed your dignity, and you have lost it all, and you don't feel valued anymore, but you're still there. And that's because you yourself, you don't value yourself. And girl, if you value yourself, you won't be in any relationship where you're treated like shit. You won't be in a relationship where, you know the guy is clearly cheating, or he's, a player, or he's a bad boy, really, like with all the things we've defined, right? You value yourself too much. Your self-respect, your self-dignity is really, really important to you. And so you won't be there, okay? But if you stay in a relationship where you're being treated that way, it means that something fundamentally is wrong with you, and like you've lost something that's really, really a part of you. And at the core of it is that you do not have, your self-respect intact, or you do not have your self-esteem intact. And I want to say to you, it's never too late to get out of that kind of relationship. Like, just pick yourself together, pick up the pieces. Don't say, oh, well, I've gone too far, I've been here too long, I've done many things, how am I going to start again? Who's going to love me? Don't think about all of that. Okay, if this is the time you realize you've been doing the wrong thing, you've been in the wrong relationship, this is the time to pack it up and to leave. Honestly, Okay, you need to get yourself back. You need to get your self-esteem, your self-respect, your self-dignity back, and don't lose yourself. Okay, you are a woman of value. You are a diamond. You are gold. You are something of worth and somebody of worth. Okay, and you need to know that. You need to say that to yourself all the time, and you need to pick yourself and just know who you are and what you represent and stand for it. And so if you don't value yourself, you're going to find yourself being attracted to people who do not value you as well. People who do not treat you right. And you're okay just being with them because you don't even know what it means to be a person of value. Another reason why you are attracted to a bad boy is because you're turning a blind eye to all the red flags in the relationship. There are red flags. As red as this lipstick I'm wearing. Even more red than this lipstick I'm wearing. But you can't even see them because you are blinded by love or by attraction to, the bad guy. Okay? I have one of my videos where I talked about like 10 red flags in any relationship in men you should never ignore. I'll link it here as well. So you need to see the red flags in the relationship. But you're attracted to them, right? To them bad boys. And you do not see all the red flags because... I'll tell you why. Because you're hoping that they will change. Or let's even bring it, home. Let's make it relatable. You're probably a Christian, but you love a bad boy. And so you're praying for him to change. No, adults barely change. Adults rarely change. Except they want to change. You can never change anybody. You're not God. You're not the Holy Spirit who will change hearts and change people. If they're not right for you, don't even start in the first place. Don't say, I'm going to go in, I'm going to pray for them, they're going to change. If I stay for 2 more years, maybe he'll change. No, he's not going to change. That is who he is. That is his nature. And it is only God who can change him. And so don't think that if you stay in that relationship, or if I give him this, if I give him that, oh, he's gonna stop doing it, he's gonna be more committed to me. No, it's a nature. He's not gonna stop. Okay, so open your eyes to see all the red flags and get out of it immediately. All right, that is one of the reasons why you're attracted to them, because you're not seeing the red flags. You're blinded by love. You're making excuses for them. They're like, oh, it's because of this. Oh, it's because of that. Oh, it was the girl who started chatting him first. Oh, it was a no. There is no excuse for anything, okay? You need to open your eyes and to see. Another reason why you're attracted to bad boys is because of past traumas and childhood experiences that you've had. So I'll explain what I mean by that. If you've grown up in a chaotic home where, your parents are always at loggerheads, or they're always having issues and fighting all the time, being in a peaceful relationship might just seem boring and strange to you because you're like, this is not normal. Meanwhile, it is normal, but because of the way you've grown up, it just looks really strange to you. And so when you have a guy who is quiet, you're just like, well, why is he quiet? Like, you are trying to pick fights just to see how he's going to react, just to make sure there's chaos in your relationship as well, because that's what you've grown up with. And it's not normal to you that relationships are peaceful, okay? Or for example, if you've grown up in a situation where your father wasn't present, or walked away from the home, you might feel attracted to a guy who is emotionally unavailable. And so when he keeps saying things like, oh, I'm busy, so I can't make it, I can't do this, you're making excuses, and you're taking all those excuses that he's making because, well, your father has not always, been around. And so that might affect how you see relationships or how you relate with people. Okay? I'm not saying some of these things are like your fault, because I understand like things can happen beyond your control, especially when you're small and you can't, define or choose how things turn out in your family. But these things might actually be, contributing to why you are attracted to someone who is not right for you, or even attracted to that bad boy. So if you're always attracted to bad boys, the next question you're going to ask me is, how do I, stop being attracted to bad boys? And this is what you need to do. You need to clarify your attraction. When you start getting attracted to bad boys, you need to ask yourself, what are the things that are attracting me to these kind of people? Are my attractions healthy? Like, why am I attracted to them? Okay, and honestly, if you sit down and ask yourself this kind of questions, you'll be surprised at the kind of answers that you'll find. Just sit down deep within you, have a meeting with yourself and ask yourself, what are the basis of these attractions that I'm forming, and are they healthy or not? Like, why am I always getting attracted to these people, or why are they always getting attracted to me? Is there something that I'm doing that is making all these bad boys getting attracted to me, but I'm not attracting the Mr. Nice guys or the good guys? Okay, so sit down and ask yourself this question. And let me tell you the truth, sometimes you have these attractions because of, you know, things in your environment. For example, movies. A lot of movies are like portraying the bad boys as a ladies' man, you know. So if you watch a lot of these movies, you kind of get attracted to those kind of people. And the truth of the matter is, it is not always like that in reality. Like, real life is very different from movies. In fact, there's one movie I've seen that actually came very, very close to portraying what, you know, romantic life looks like in real life, and that's the movie From Scratch. Okay, maybe you should see that movie, From Scratch. I also did a review of the movie, which I'll link here, and it gave like a really good picture of what love is like, you know, in reality. So if you watch a lot of these movies where, you know, the bad guy is the one who gets all the girls, who is portrayed as the attractive guy, you know, then you could form your reasons for attracting them and for being attracted to them as well. Also, it could be like culture and, you know, societal expectations and just societal standards and things like that. Honestly, you need to just do a deep search to see where are these attractions coming from, and why do I even have them, and why am I, you know, the one in the middle of all of these things. So do that, and then you get clarity. And once you get that clarity, then you need to start working on those things, you know, that are making you attracted to those people, and just like a reverse, you know, of those things, right? Do the reverse of them. If you find out these are the reasons why I am, then what can I do not to be? Then start doing those things, and you see with time everything's gonna be all right, and you start attracting the kind of men that you love and you deserve, and the kind of men who will treat you right, who will love you for who you are, who will value you and will take care of you and be loyal to you, committed to you, honor you, respect you, be kind, be empathetic, be committed to you. Just a lot of things, right? A lot of really, really good things. And Mr. Nice Guy is always a good guy. I think the base of the problem is that a lot of people do not know what they want in a relationship, and so any guy who just flies past them or just shows certain attraction to them, they just say yes and they go on, you know, to start dating the person. What you need to do is to redefine what a genuine relationship means to you and what you want out of relationship with someone, right? What you want out of a relationship with someone, and that should be your guiding light to finding a partner and to finding, you know, someone you want to go into a relationship with. And so don't just go into a relationship because you feel attracted to someone. Okay, and yes, Mr. Nice Guy is always reliable, committed, loyal, you know. I think I've sold Mr. Nice Guy a lot in this video. So guys, this is all I have for you today, and I just hope you find a man who treats you right, who absolutely loves you for who you are, who adores you, who sees you as the center of his world. You get what I mean? Yeah, okay. That will be all for today. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up if you absolutely enjoyed it. Do not forget to like it. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel as well, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family. And remember, like I always say, before I see you the next time, become a better version of yourself. And I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Yes, you. Bye.